We're always looking for ways to boost recovery, to get that wellness edge, but, without giving up all our free time.
Exactly. It used to be you had to drive to a gym or a spa.
But what if you could basically build a high-tech wellness sanctuary right in a corner of your own home, flip a switch, and boom, you're in a space designed for, deep cellular repair?
Well, that idea of bringing professional-grade therapy into your daily routine, that's the ultimate efficiency hack. And that's exactly what we're looking at today.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got a great stack of sources, product specs, clinical studies on infrared, and a ton of customer reviews. Our mission is to do a really granular deep dive on the Peak Saunas Rainier one-person full-spectrum infrared sauna. It claims to be this all-in-one luxury performance and wellness machine. We're here to figure out if its hybrid tech and fancy materials actually justify that investment.
And it's an interesting one because we're not just talking about a hot box. This is an integrated system. We're looking at heat, light, smart controls, the whole package. We need to see if the engineering really lives up to the elegant design.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. The foundation. What's the core identity of this Rainier sauna? What makes it feel premium right out of the gate?
So the sources frame it as a personal luxury sanctuary. And the first thing you notice is the wood. It's built entirely from this thick, ethically sourced Canadian red cedar.
And that's not just for looks, right?
Not at all. It's a very functional choice. It signals quality, longevity.
So why is Canadian red cedar specifically considered the gold standard for saunas?
Well, there are a few critical reasons. First, it has these natural oils that make it super resistant to moisture.
Yeah.
That means it naturally fights off mold, mildew, bacteria, all the stuff you don't want in a hot, humid environment.
Okay, makes sense.
Second, it's what they call dimensionally stable. So it's much less likely to crack or warp over time, which is a common problem with cheaper woods.
And the third reason?
The smell. I mean, users constantly talk about that pleasant spa-like aroma. It just elevates the whole experience.
Now, when I hear one person, my mind immediately goes to claustrophobia. Is this thing going to feel cramped?
That's always the number one fear with these single-person units. The footprint is actually pretty compact, about 42 inches wide by 40 deep, but they've been smart with the interior space.
How so?
It's about 38 inches wide inside. We saw feedback from a guy who's 6 feet tall, and he said he could sit cross-legged in there comfortably.
Wow.
It's less like a coffin and more like a dedicated meditation pod.
That's a relief. But let's talk logistics. Installation is often where people get tripped up. The sources really emphasize the 120-volt setup. Why is that such a game changer?
Oh, it simplifies everything. I mean, so many saunas need a dedicated 220-volt circuit. That means calling an electrician, running new wires, and spending maybe hundreds, even thousands of extra dollars.
And the Rainier avoids all that.
Completely. It just plugs into a standard household outlet, a NEMA 515P plug. As long as it's on a dedicated circuit, you just plug it in and you're good to go.
But doesn't that usually mean a trade-off? Convenience for power? Does the 120-volt plug limit how hot it can get?
You'd think so, but not really here. The Rainier still gets up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. A lot of its infrared competitors top out around 130, maybe 140.
And getting to 150 is important because
it promotes a much stronger, faster sweat. That's what really enhances the detoxification effects that people are looking for. So yeah, they manage convenience without really sacrificing performance.
Okay, let's get into the core tech. This is where the price tag really starts to make sense. Let's talk about the hybrid 360-degree full spectrum heating. What does hybrid actually mean here?
Hybrid, in this case, means they're combining the best of two technologies. You've got these advanced carbon panels, and you also have halogen and quartz full-spectrum emitters.
So what does each one do?
Think of the carbon panels as your base layer. They provide this really consistent, even warmth that soaks the whole cabin. But the halogen and quartz emitters, they're the fast ones. They generate this quick, penetrating warmth that gets into your muscle tissue really fast.
So you get speed and consistency. You don't have that long, slow ramp-up time. And it's all delivered with 7 panels for 360-degree coverage.
Exactly. Panels on every wall. That means no cold spots on your back or shoulders. It just makes for a way better session.
Let's dig into that full spectrum part, near, mid, and far infrared. For someone listening, why is it so important to have all 3?
This is really the key to getting holistic results.
Yeah.
Far infrared is that deep thermal heat that gets into your soft tissues. That's the engine for detox.
Right.
But near infrared is different. It's more for surface healing, boosting cellular energy, and collagen production. And mid-infrared, as you'd guess, is in the middle, helping with circulation. So by combining all three, you're targeting the body from the skin all the way down to the deep muscle.
And the sources pointed to some really fascinating clinical benefits here.
Yeah, this is where it stops being just a luxury and becomes a real health tool. Some studies show full spectrum can boost detoxification by up to 20% compared to a traditional sauna.
Wow.
But the really big one was a JAMA study. It found that regular infrared sauna use could cut the risk of heart disease by 46%.
46%. That's a staggering number.
It is. It reframes the whole conversation from simple relaxation to, proactive health maintenance.
So if the heating system is the engine, then the XL medical grade red light therapy is like the turbocharger. This is the feature customers just rave about. Why is it such a big deal?
Because most competitors either give you a few decorative LED strips or they charge you a fortune for a separate panel. Peak Saunas includes a true medical-grade, extra-large panel, something you'd normally find in a clinic.
And other companies would charge what, like an extra $1,700 for that?
At least. And the placement is key, too. It's on the front wall, not hidden up in the ceiling, so it's aimed right at your face and torso.
And what does that do therapeutically?
It uses 8 clinically backed wavelengths, going all the way up to 160 nanometers. That deep penetration helps with everything from faster muscle recovery to reducing inflammation. The sources even mentioned a 26% reduction in wrinkles with regular use.
So you're basically getting 2 powerful treatments in one session.
You are. It's incredibly efficient.
Okay, let's switch gears to the feature that makes this a daily habit, the smart Wi-Fi and app control.
This is the feature that just crushes the biggest excuse for not using a sauna, waiting for it to heat up.
The preheating.
Exactly. The app lets you control everything remotely. Temp, time, lights. You could be finishing up at work, tap a button on your phone, and start preheating the sauna.
So someone like Bobby D from the reviews is leaving the office, he hits the app, sets it to 150, and by the time he gets home and changes, it's ready to go.
That's it. It completely eliminates that 15 or 20-minute wait time. It makes daily use so much more realistic for a busy person.
We also need to talk about safety and ambience. The marketing talks about a low EMF design. What does that actually mean?
It means that the electrical components are wrapped in a special casing to block unnecessary electromagnetic frequencies. It just gives you peace of mind that you're only soaking up the good stuff, the therapeutic heat and light. It's a cleaner experience.
And what about the air quality inside? I saw something about a smart oxygen ionization system. What is that doing?
It's an active air sterilization system.
Yeah.
It has 2 modes. In active mode, it releases negative ions during your session to keep the air feeling fresh.
And after?
After you're done, you run purify mode. That actually works to sanitize the cabin, neutralizing any odors or bacteria from your sweat. It keeps the whole unit cleaner longer.
And you layer that with Bluetooth speakers and the chromotherapy.
Yeah.
Using different colors for different moods, it really becomes a whole ritual.
Absolutely. It's way more than just a box that gets hot. It's a full-on sensory experience.
Okay, so we've got the tech down. Let's try to summarize the pros and cons here. What does this unit absolutely nail?
On the pros side, it's the integration. You get all these high-value features, the medical-grade red light, the Wi-Fi app, the ionizer, all included. Things that are usually expensive add-ons.
Plus the high heat and the premium cedar.
Right. It hits that 150-degree mark. It's made from beautiful, durable wood, and the installation is just dead simple with that 120-volt plug.
And the assembly itself is easy too, right?
Yeah, reviewers consistently said that. The clasp-together design means 2 people can put it together in, under an hour. And it ships in this custom protective crate so it arrives in perfect shape.
Okay, let's balance the scales. What are the trade-offs? Besides the premium price, what were the consistent complaints from users?
Really, just 2 things. First, delivery logistics. Because it ships via a freight carrier in that big, heavy crate, scheduling the delivery can sometimes take longer or be a little more complicated than, say, an Amazon package.
Right, you have to be home and ready to receive a big item.
You do. And the second thing is placement. If you put this in a cold, unheated garage in the middle of winter, that preheat time is going to be a lot longer. It's really optimized for protected indoor space.
Good to know. And can we just quickly clarify the lifetime warranty?
Sure, it's a strong warranty, but lifetime is defined as 7 years on the core components, the heaters and the wood structure. Then it's 3 years for the control system. It's still excellent coverage.
So let's bring this back to the real world. What are the actual owners saying about living with the Rainier?
The feedback on assembly is just universally positive. A user named Tracy S. called it a breeze. She said, you definitely need 2 people, but the process was shockingly simple.
And what about that comfort factor? Jenny W. chimed in on that.
She did. She was worried about it feeling claustrophobic, but said she found it roomy and super comfortable, even for longer sessions.
And the overall experience, the vibe.
People love it. They talk about the smell of the cedar, the sound system. It creates that luxury spa feel, but it's the performance that keeps them coming back. Philby said the red light panel alone felt like a pro setup at home.
And Bobby D., the guy who uses the app all the time.
He said he uses it almost every day. And he said the combo of the high heat and the red light, he says he can really feel the difference in his soreness and skin health. So the features are delivering real, tangible results.
So when we put this all together, who is the ideal customer for the Rainier?
Well, I think we can see 3 clear profiles. First is the efficiency seeker, the busy professional, the parent with no time. For them, the smart app and quick heat up make it easy to be consistent.
So it's an investment they'll actually use.
Exactly. Then you have the recovery athlete or biohacker. This is the person who wants data-backed results. They appreciate the low EMF design, the true full spectrum heat, and especially that clinical grade red light therapy.
And the third profile.
That's the home sanctuary builder. This is someone who's investing in their lifestyle. They want the premium Canadian red cedar, the advanced features like chromotherapy and sound. It's not just a utility for them, it's a beautiful, functional addition to their home.
So the conclusion really seems to be that the high price is justified because you're not just buying a sauna. You're buying a sauna, a medical-grade red light panel, and a smart control system all in one.
It's a really unique value proposition, especially in that compact, one-person category. It really stands out.
The Peak Saunas Rainier, then, is an unmatched one-person unit that merges luxury materials with some seriously cutting-edge tech. That combination of full-spectrum heat and medical-grade red light really seems to deliver on consistent, comprehensive recovery. It turns your downtime into a super efficient wellness ritual.
And, a final provocative thought for you to explore on your own. Think about the chromotherapy. It's easy to dismiss, but there are real, subtle neurological benefits there. Try experimenting with it. Maybe select violet for mental clarity before a big meeting, or blue to calm down before bed. It encourages you to see the sauna not just as a heat tool, but as a fully tailored mind-body device.
If you are ready to invest in a premium all-in-one wellness tool that's designed for daily renewal, you can check the latest price and any exclusive offers on the Peak Saunas Rainier directly by using the link we've included in the description below.
We began to feel the fire.